What's going on, guys? So if you didn't happen to catch my 24-hour NHL stream, I did something kind of crazy. I played every single yearly released EA NHL game in one sitting. All 29 games from NHL 92, which I didn't even know was a thing, all the way until NHL 19. I played the CPU on the second hardest difficulty, so Pro on some, and then All-Star on other ones. And I was only able to move on once I beat that team. So some games took me quite a while because they play so much different than what they do now. And I wanted to go over my top 5 favorite games based on gameplay. And I'm going to show you clips of each game as well and explain why and my reasoning behind my top 5. This has nothing to do with the features that are included in the games because there's a lot of them that have amazing features, but the gameplay is kind of meh. So guys, thank you for watching my content. Please subscribe if you do enjoy it. I'm a full-time NHL content creator. So let's jump into my top 5 favorite EA NHL games based on gameplay. Number 5 is NHL 19. Now, this might seem like a hot take to a lot of people because everyone just seems to want to complain about every yearly release, but after playing every single NHL game in one sitting, I've come to appreciate NHL 19 that much more. From the shooting, skating, as well as the deking, it works quite well when you compare it to the other games. Obviously, deking is nowhere near what it used to be, and the skating is a little bit slower, but when you look at what it used to be with 18, it's a lot more enjoyable. I had a lot more fun, and while I was playing all of the other games, to be honest, in the back of my mind, I was just literally waiting to get to NHL 19 because either it felt slow, choppy, hitting didn't really work. I just really enjoyed NHL 19, and this made me give a bigger appreciation for it. NHL was also a lot better in HUT this year. Something that I hope continues in NHL 20, but when it comes to pure gameplay, 19 wasn't all that terrible when you consider it to some of the other ones, but it does come in at number 5 on my list. Alright, so if you're still watching, thank you. Coming in at number 4 is NHL 14. This is pretty much the consensus favorite game of everyone that, has played NHL over the last 20 years. The gameplay felt really smooth. The deking worked as intended. Shooting wasn't stupidly overpowered. There was no broken D-to-D one-timer or anything like that. Everything seemed to work as intended. The skating was fluid. Like I said, I really enjoyed the deking, and while I was playing it, I really missed the game. It still holds up as one of the best NHL games ever made, and still, like I said, very, very good in comparison to a lot of the other entries, especially that came after, like NHL 15 and especially NHL 18. So again, this one was very good and lands at number 4 on my list. Alright, so here is my first vintage game. Coming in at number 3 is NHL 2000. So after playing 92 on Sega all the way to 96 and then doing PlayStation 1's 97, 98, and 99, I realized that 98 was really fast and kind of all over the place, and 99 was the exact opposite. Super slow, and I had a rough time with it, did not enjoy it at all. But 2000 was kind of perfect in that sense. Shooting animations were fun when you compare it to, the older games, and the commentary, the game felt fast. There was a speed burst involved. You could actually aim your shots, and they weren't just random no matter what. So this one does look ugly, but again, this is just based on gameplay. The hitting was actually easy to do as opposed to some of the games that came after where you really had to line them up, and if you weren't like bang on, nothing would happen. So again, this is a kind of more of an obscure one, but I really enjoyed playing NHL 2000 during my run of playing all the other games. Okay, coming in at number 2 is probably my all-time favorite NHL game, NHL 06 for the PlayStation 2. I probably put about 2,000 hours into this game, whether it be on the couch with my buddies. This game was pretty much the most used game I played when it came to couch co-op and things like that, as well as franchise mode. I really loved it. Shooting felt great. The skating was smooth and fast. Hitting was good, and the dekes were actually really smooth. They felt like they stayed on your stick, which was a nice little change from the other games, and as well as it was just one button, really. There was good save animations, like there was just there, and yeah, it's always going to hold up as one of my favorite games. I liked when you use the speed burst as opposed to the other games. You actually lost the puck a little bit, so you couldn't just spam it it did take a lot more skill than some of the other ones. So this one comes in at number 2 and will probably remain my all-time favorite game for the remainder that I play NHL as a whole. And finally, coming in at number 1 is NHL 2002. I don't remember this game being all that fun or all that different, but man, I had a blast playing it. Even though this one probably took me the longest of all of the games, I could not for the life of me beat the 2002 Maple Leafs on All-Star. It was just extremely tough for whatever reason, but this was a fun game. The commentary was hilarious. The shooting, the sounds, the deking that was available in it was great for the time. I just had a blast with this game, and you know, it is a little gimmicky with all like the big hitters and whatnot, and the cutscenes where you run into them. But again, it was just super fun to play, and this was kind of a surprise for me. I don't remember it being all that crazy, but man, did I love this game.
Shoots it. Joseph stoned him cold. Antropov gets checked. He felt the fear and did it anyway. And his pads take good care of him. Turned away. He fried his beans on that hit. Shot. McCabe scored in his own net.
McCabe scored in his own net? What else is new, chat? I can't believe it. Of all dudes. Oh, man. So, guys, that is going to do it. Those are my top 5 NHL games based on gameplay. I'm also going to release a video that shows you gameplay footage from all of the NHL games from my stream that I did last week. It was a ton of fun, and if anyone wants to try and challenge my world record for most amount of NHL games played in one sitting, I played all 29 games in 22 hours and 23 minutes. All you've got to do is get all the consoles and games, obviously, but beat the CPU in a Play Now game on the second hardest difficulty that's available. Some is All-Star, some is Pro, and recorded on Twitch to prove it. So again, the mark is 22-23. I had a great time doing it, and let me know what you guys think as far as what my top 5 choices were. Let me know what games you think are better and whatnot. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I will see you guys next time.